Hello and welcome once again. Today we're gonna have another comfortable live stream. I'll be working on some projects and you are invited to hang out with me, watch over my shoulder, and yeah, we're getting some cool animation work done, I hope. And yeah, I have to set up a few more things. I'm gonna be ready in just a second. Most notably, I've lost the chat once again. So if anyone is here already, please let me know in the chat and I can see it as soon as I have pulled everything up. Alright, we will continue to work more on the penguin detective that we worked on in the previous live streams. And yeah, then I'm working on a nice tutorial that requires some demo animation, and we'll probably be working on that towards the end of it. Hello Animators Inspire, and I see there are a bunch of others already too. Great to see you guys again. Wonderful. Alright, I'm a bit out of breath because in the end it was a bit tight to be on schedule. But yeah, so let's pull up the animation software and get some animation done. How are all you guys doing? What are you doing? Are you also working on something? Animation software takes forever to load. Come on, Moho. It's always, Moho is always starting with an example project. I should probably switch that off, because some of them take a long time to load. Hello, Biras. No, you are awesome. Max is texturing a billiard table with substance. All right. Yeah, some texturing work. That's the perfect kind of work to do something else, or to, you know, to listen to something else while you do it. That and like coloring into the animation. That is podcast time. All right, let's jump into Moho. And there we have our penguin in pieces. And that animation. I've seen some other scenes from that same project by now, and the line work in my rigs currently is a lot thicker. So if we render that, and actually the project is going to be in 4K, so we should probably switch that on now. There we go, and see how a render looks. I think Control R is the render in Moho. Oh yeah, 4K is big. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, it's still too thick, the lines, so we need to work on that. But you know, fortunately, whatever we do to the first frame of the animation will happen to all the other frames of the animation as well. There are already some questions in the chat. I'll get to that too. But for now, let's at least get this started. Now, if I understand this correctly, if we change the styles, it should change all instances where we used it. For example, if we have the body, at least the darker part of the body, and we change the stroke width, it hopefully changes it everywhere. Oh, it changed it only in the eyebrows. What's up with the body everywhere else? Maybe that's a bit too much. Let's try it with 5. And we'll find the body layer. Where's this handy layer selector? That is what I'm looking for. Great. Now, why didn't you change with it? Because you don't have the style applied. So, if we apply the body... Yeah, the line should get thinner. Nice. Layer selector. No, this one. And next one, please. You are... Well, actually, aren't you body bright? Yeah, you are body bright. Let's change that style. See if I can zoom out for you guys a bit so you can see the layer selection right here where I can change the style. There we go. Okay, so while I'm doing this with the rest of the rig, let's try to see if we can answer some questions. Animators Inspire asks, what other projects have you worked on? Well, my most notable project, and what I would recommend to you to check out, is The Inner World. Let's see if I can show you something. It's a point-and-click adventure. And I had the great honor to be animation lead on that project. And yeah, that was a lot of fun. Let's see, maybe I can show you some of it. So this is a point-and-click adventure, and we had some sequences that were basically animated like movies. And yeah, it's called The Inner World. It's a really cool game. If you like point-and-click adventures, you should definitely check it out. The writing is hilarious, and the game designer did a great. The game designers did a great job. It's a fantastic game. Yeah, and I had a lot of fun doing the animations for it. So yeah, that's one of my most notable projects. And I did, I worked on a preschool series called Patchwork Pals. I was the rigging supervisor. But we were working in Toon Boom Harmony for that project. Animators Inspires, right now there is no background for this scene. It's not ready yet. At least I hope. I hope I didn't miss a memo or something. Otherwise, I would have to definitely for this scene, because he's taking a hat from a coat rack, and yeah, I hope the background designer will just meet me halfway there and put the coat rack on the right spot. But yeah, I mean, I do prefer working, having the background, because it helps me to keep the character a lot more grounded. Do you know any other softwares used in the animation industry? Well, I mean, Harmony is certainly a really good recommendation for 2D animation. If you're doing 3D animation, then, you know, it's the usual suspects. It's Maya, and Yeah. I'm happy to see Blender being more and more used in independent studios. And they now also have some great 2D animation functions, but you know, it's mostly open source 3D software. But yeah, that are about the industry softwares that I know. There are also companies that have their own in-house software, like at DreamWorks, they have their own animation software. I know that some TV productions, they use a modified version of Toon Boom Harmony. They had Toon Boom put some custom things in that they needed. Oh, that is interesting. Why is that line so much thinner? Is that just a... Is that just a mistake? Oh, and look at that. There's some overlap. I think one of these shapes is not filled. Hello, Delphin. How are you doing? Nice to see you again. So yeah, it appears like this shape is not filled. This one here. So let's take the layer selector. There we are. Why are you not filled? Why are you not filled? Make shape, create shape tool. There we go, create shape with a fill. Now this should be better. Okay. Ah, now they're overlapping, you see? Wasn't the case before. Damn it, I missed the donation again. Could that be? Why do I always miss it? We should hear the sound. Yeah, it's from Klaus Shengshu. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the donation. It means a lot. Did you guys hear the ping of the alert box? Oh boy. All right. Oh, beak. We didn't change the beak width. Hello, Shriram. Nice to see you. All right. Okay, the boss man is watching the stream too. I still need the color code for the trench coat. Because I think I just used a placeholder color. I sent him a long list of questions earlier, and I feel like I forgot a lot again. All right. Beak. I don't think I need to be on frame 0 to change this, but just to be sure. Layer selector. Beak. But also put that on 5. Nice. And the hat. Can I just go into the hat style? Do that? Yes, I can. Hat ribbon. I love vector software because, you know, you can just do that. You can change animation you've already done so easily. Look at that, we got all the line widths. Like in bitmap, you would have to, I don't know, probably have to start over. Unless you have your lines on an extra layer, then you could use like an extend matte feature like in After Effects. But yeah, I don't like how in bitmap everything is so baked in. You know what I mean? I prefer to tweak stuff as I go. Okay, now the belt is now a bit close to the edge here. Because the lines are so thin now, let's drag that out just a little bit. Actually, I do like the overlap a bit that, you know, the belt is going over. That's really good. And this is how quickly we generated an animation with a different line width. That's really, really quick. Let's check it out, how it looks when we render it. Yeah, that's much better. Oh, I like it a lot more with the thinner lines. Yeah, that's good, I think. What do you guys think? Thinner lines, that's pretty cool. I don't understand why there are some lines that look thinner. Look at this, the lower arm. The line looks a little bit thinner. Let's check it out. Check out the shape. Yeah, I mean, this is already... Maybe this is not linked to the global style. Hi there, Caffeine. I'm good, how are you? Lucy asked the name of the app. We are working in Moho right now. And Moho is really cool for its rigging features. Layer selector. Let's figure out what is going on with you. Trench coat. The style is trench coat. And this one. Style is also trench coat. Did we scale the layer at some point? Caffeine asks why you're not putting animation tutorials for beginners anymore. Yeah, I'm working on them. Like over the last year, I've been working on so much stuff that I haven't released yet because it is not done. I'm so close to having the next big tutorial done. And this will also have an awesome free tutorial about animation physics. That's the next big topic that we tackle in the beginner's course. And oh boy, like there's a 12-minute video where I put like, it's so dense with the most important things about physics. All stuff that I wished I had known when I started with animation. And I hope it's coming out this week, hopefully next week. And I've reshot it 2 times. I've worked on it like on and off all the time, making examples. We're gonna make one little example animation later in the stream, and it's gonna be an awesome short little video giving you a lot about animation physics and what's important for character animators using physics. So yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on more beginner tutorials, and yeah, you're absolutely right. I should put out more content. But you know, time and money is always the issue. Rushab asks how to make smears. There are a couple of different ways to make smears. You could just drag one part and make it very long, like, you know, literally smear it across the stream. You could work with doubles. Yeah, you could draw an arm multiple times if you have a real fast arm motion. Or eyes. Eyes are always really good for if you have like a head shake, and then you put in one frame, one in between with like 3 eyes or 4 eyes. It gives this very nice impression of motion blur. Caffeine says I can't buy anything because I'm in Iran. That's why I need free ones. Yeah, I hear you. Like, you know, my goal is to really have that those free tutorials are already a complete course. But you know what? If you really can't buy my tutorials, or you live in a country where, you know, a lot of stuff is difficult, send me an email, or, you know, go to animatorisland.com. There's a contact form. You can contact me, and we'll figure something out. I can maybe send you some stuff. But yeah, you know, the goal with my with the series that I started was really to have a full education for free. But you know, it's taking, with the corona crisis and everything is a lot tougher right now, getting the time and the money to work on it. But yeah, that at least is the vision. Now, what is going on here? Why is that line thicker than other lines? I do not understand that. Style. Trench coat. Let's do that for the lower one too. Style. Trench coat. How do I do the layer size? Transformation, scale 111. And the upper one, scale 111. Is this again optical illusion? Oh boy. Rigging is full of mysteries. Style. Trench coat. I do not get this. Well then, let's leave that for now. I think it is barely visible, but this is very strange. All right, so I think the animation otherwise is done though. Can I switch on anti-aliasing? Doesn't really seem to be anti-aliased. The weird hat. Always. Okay, so let's save this. And last time we started working on this one, where he's just looking at a phone that is ringing. He just wanted to go out the door. He was interrupted by the phone ringing, and this is now a moment in the game where you have a multiple choice kind of thing. You can decide to pick up the phone or just go out the door. And what else I wanted him to do, like this is just a little bit of a keep alive, but I also wanted him to roll his eyes all annoyed. So let's get that going. Caffeine asks, can we draw without an animation tablet? I have a laptop with no pen. Well, there's always, like, if you're working in a vector software, like this one, then there's always the way to do vectors just with the mouse. Let me demonstrate real quick, like in... Oh. Like in Moho, you can do vectors like this. And you see, you don't even have to use a pen. You can just, I'm just using my mouse right now. You can just adjust those vector handles. And you know, OpenToonz has this too. They have vector layers that you can work in a similar way. So that's a way to draw without a tablet that I can really recommend. And, you know, you can spend a lot of time trying to get the lines absolutely perfect. It's called vector illustration. Okay, let's get rid of this. Oh, come on. There we go. Ah, undo more. Just delete the layer. Oh no, why did I zoom out this far? Okay. So one thing I wanted to do, I wanted to tilt the body a little more. Already wanted to do that last time. Okay, and now let's construct the sigh. Like, how does it go? Like, he's looking at this downward angle at the table, and it's like, Like, I think I want him to open his mouth on the breathe out, like just... Oh, that's also nice to just... But I don't think he can blow up his cheeks. But he could, like, the breathe in could be like this. Like opening his mouth. And the breathe out could be more like an O shape. I just see that the inner beak is going totally nuts here. Still need to weight that correctly. I need to make a list what all we need to fix in the main rig. So yeah, let's do that real quick for the beak. Again, label the beak layers, yeah, in yellow. That's a really nice feature here to color in some layers. Beak top, no, beak inside actually. And we need to select that bone and bind points. And bind this point to it. And same with that upper bone. There we go. Thank you, AR. AR says, thank you so much. I've just found your channel a few days ago and it has really helped me. That's great to hear. Let me know if you have any questions or wishes for topics that you want me to cover. Okay, so inner beak. Point, bind points. This one, bind points. Now this should move with it. Caffeine says you're doing the act in real life, then put it in animation. Great point. Yeah, I'd always recommend that. I mean, it's even better if you have somebody you can grab and be like, hey, can you do some reference for me right now? And, you know, if you're lucky, you have somebody around who's good at acting, and you can ask them to do something for you and you can observe. I think it's very difficult to act and observe at the same time. And as the animator, you might already be biased. You would like to do a certain thing that you maybe already have in your head. But it might be better if somebody else puts in like a new idea that you wouldn't have had if you just acted it out on your own. Okay. So. Let's delete that frame. Now, I think I would like to try a very traditional workflow here. I wonder if I can just... With Control F, yeah, with Control F I can key everything. And I now go directly to the frame directly after it. And let's just think about the part where he like breathes in and rolls his eyes and come up with a nice pose for that one. And you know, I'm not worrying about timing right now. I'm working on the frame directly after it. And yeah, make sure his chest goes a little higher. Maybe also his neck. That could look quite funny if he's really like yeah, if he's really like growing a little bit. Yeah. And let's see what we do with the eyes. I think it would be good to like really revert them. Raise his eyebrows. I also want to try how it looks if I get rid of the eyelids going into it. See how that looks, but I think I already see that I prefer it the other way. Her eyelid. Yeah, this looks too engaged. Shriram says drinking H2O. Yeah, H2O. Best kind of drink. Actually, drink a lot of tea usually while I work, which I guess is still H2O with a little bit of flavor. Okay, no, let's not do this. Let's keep the... Yeah, this is just a perfect board expression. Vina asks, can you also make Among Us animations or anime? Well, I personally, actually at one point I was thinking about doing an Among Us animation when I got into the game. I thought it was so cool and I thought like, hey, let's see if there are already animations out there. And of course they were. I was like, as always, like half a year late to the grace. But I was thinking about making a Among Us animation at some point. Yeah, I think it makes more sense that he's looking away. Let's do a little bit for his eyelid. Okay. Oh no, there's only keyframes here. There should also be keyframes right before. Select none, yeah. But if I select none, it doesn't show me the vector path keyframes. Character can spin his head while breathing. Try to. Make him turn a little bit. Kafina asks, what happened? Are you going to make Among Us videos? Well, no, I don't think anytime soon. I have another short film project that I really want to work on. So that's gonna be first. Actually, I already started in a live stream. It was the story with the bear, with Big Scary Bear. I think that would be the next personal project that I would work on. Like something that is completely mine and not building on another franchise. Okay, so here we have it. We have the frames, the two. Now let's copy that first frame and build our next frame, the exhale on top of it. All right. Animators Inspire ask, what games do you play? Well, right now I'm playing a lot of strategy games because it feels like so different from everything else that I'm doing. For a while, point and click adventures were like my favorite thing to do, my favorite game. Yeah, I don't know. I've played Among Us a lot, like probably a lot of people during the lockdown. Yes. We could also try to have the peak more closed, but lower it a bit. Oh, and on my Wii U, I was recently playing the Paper Mario Color Splash part. I really love the Paper Mario games. They're so well written. And at least the N64 Paper Mario actually was a challenge. The Wii U Paper Mario I feel like is a bit too easy, but... Okay, let's copy these frames. What games do you guys like to play? Any recommendations? Maybe also some recommendations where you say like, oh, the animation is amazing. Fortnite. I never dared to play Fortnite. I always hear that Fortnite is extremely difficult for new players. Oh yeah, Minecraft. I was playing a lot of Minecraft for a while too. Who knows, maybe in one live stream we should just do a game stream and confuse everybody who comes here for the animation. Caffeine says Fortnite is difficult. It is, I'm a beginner. Yeah, but then you know how it is. Then you become a pro yourself and then you get better and have more... then you can bother the noobs, the newbies. Okay, we should keep the eyebrow up here for most of the time. And let's put it up some more here. All right. Working more with the eyebrows. Yes, animators inspire the Java version of Minecraft, of course. And I at one point I also had it like heavily modded. I had like a lot of this because my PC is quite good for that little bit of 3D stuff that I do. So I had like a bunch of cool shader mods and like really cool lighting and realistic water and all this stuff in my Minecraft. All right. Okay, I think that's quite nice now. Okay, the blocked animation of course looks weird. All right, now let's go in between. Yeah, Discord server. Eventually we'll also have our Animator Island Discord server, and that will have a game channel for sure. You know, there's work and play. Caffeine says, actually, I have a story that I always wanted to make, a few episodes of that. It is more anime than animation, but I need to go get better in drawing first. Yeah, go for it. Write on it. Practice that drawing skills. You know, it's all about practice, practice, practice. That will make you better. Oh, yes, Animators Inspire. That would be great if you could mod the Discord server when we have it. I think this is also very much connected to my plans with the free animation course. I think if that takes off more, we need something where people can show their animations, ask for feedback, and stuff like that. I think when I have like 5-6 more free lessons for that 2D animation class, then we definitely need a Discord server. And that would be awesome if you could help out with that. And you know what, Caffeine? Advice time. Because you say that you have your project that you might want to get started. And I've been thinking a lot recently about one of my projects, which is the idea for a whole animation series. And I actually worked on it a lot. And I have never ever published anything. I've never showed any... Well, I mean, there's a little bit that you can find. I've animated a trailer for it and stuff like this. But I always went back and was like, okay, I'm working on the first episode of my great TV series idea, and I wanted it to be really good. So I wrote revision after revision. I changed the episode. I tried different stories. I just redid it again and again and again without publishing anything. So to this day, nobody knows about this animation series, and you know, I don't have any success experience with my story because I just keep working on it quietly, and you know, sometimes I ask people for feedback and stuff like that, but it doesn't really count. This project doesn't gain traction because it's unknown, it's not out there. And I think what I've learned is that, especially if you work as an indie artist, it might be good to just put out something. Like if you're working on it and you just have character designs, put them on your Instagram. If you're working on it and you have the first idea for a scene and you work on that scene, but you know, maybe the story around it isn't fleshed out of it, you could still just make an animatic just of that scene and put it out there and get some feedback. And you know, you might end up not using that scene, but at least you put something out there and people could see it and get invested into the characters, give you feedback and stuff like this. So I think my brain has shifted recently from trying to put out the first thing that is really great and really, like, you know, the pilot episode that will convince everyone. I'm now shifting that to just putting out whatever I have, and you know, if there are people who enjoy it, that's great. If not, then at least I'm at least working on it and put stuff out there. So yeah, that's a thing that I've been dealing with lately. And I mean, it's, you know, everybody always says, just start, just do it. But I think another aspect to just do it is do something that you could put out there. Do something that, even if it's not finished, is at least a step forward. And I don't even know, somehow I have needed 10 years for that epiphany. Because I don't have an Instagram. I mean, I do have one, but I never post there. And yeah, and I always wonder, like, how do artists do, like, how do they have the time to put out stuff for Instagram? But, you know, if you put out your work in progress, you don't really have to do much extra work for it. I mean, it's still a lot of work to put together a good Instagram, but yeah. So let's put in some interesting breakdowns. We have the main key poses now. I think I want the eye roll to be really visible. Let's see. Okay, so this is the direct interpolation of the computer. And we want to break this. We want to make this more interesting. And I think one thing could be to play with the rotation a bit. And maybe drag this pose down. Oh, I was modifying the wrong frame. Let me guys show you the timeline so you can actually see what I'm working on. Oh boy. Okay, so we made room between those two keyframes. And the computer is doing a very straightforward interpolation, but I don't want that. I wanna break this stuff. And close this beak again. And of course, complete the eye roll. There's a bit too much of the rotation. Yeah, so we have like this C curve. I mean, maybe he could open his beak wide already. Just a little bit. Yeah. And let's do something with the eyebrows too. Let's drag them down first to have some contrast. Okay, there's no blink here. Maybe on the way back. Yvine asks, do I need to be an animator to make animation? Well, it doesn't need to be your main profession, it can just be a hobby, of course. The thing is, it can be quite a time-intensive hobby, but I mean, if this sort of thing is fun to you, then you can certainly do it as a hobby. Maybe it would look better to have the eyebrows down here. Oh, this could be quite nice. It's getting really difficult to talk while posing, I always find. Let's copy the frames from the eyebrows. I hope that works. Is it showing me? Does it copy just the eyebrows? Yeah. Let's tweak that frame. I think it's okay for him to be a little more angry. Not good. I should have maybe made some scribbles first, how I wanted this to play out. But that's the thing with animation sometimes, you think like, you know, just having him give an angry sigh, how hard could it be? But, you know, sometimes planning can really make work a lot easier. But maybe we don't need to have that much action in the eyebrows anyway. I definitely do not want to distract from the eye roll itself. Actually, before we continue tweaking, posting that, copy and pasting this frame onto more frames, I think I want to tweak it more. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay. Copy that frames. Animators Inspire says, I want to also make a series too, but I haven't thought of a name yet. I know the name isn't important right now if I have no content, but any tips? Yeah, I mean, despite the don't get stuck on that, if that is keeping you from doing something, just start the series and think about a name later. You can also work with a working title now. I mean, even in Hollywood, most projects have like a working title until the project has gone a few steps in development. But for finding a name, I would probably suggest what I always suggest is the post-it brainstorming method, where you just get some post-it notes and you just write down things that have to do with your story, to do with your ideas, just anything. You know, like pirates, gun, ship, octopus, 7 seas, compass, navigation, finding the way, path, map, dot on maps, dotted line. And you know, then you have everything that comes to your mind. You can stick it on. Windows are an excellent place to stick post-its. You could cover your windows in those post-it notes. And then you see all the possibilities, all the different ideas in front of you, and maybe that sparks an idea. Okay. Fiend says I was describing Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah, I just, I wanted to have an example that everybody could connect something with. And pirates was the first thing. For whatever reason, pirates were on my mind. Thanks for the tips. Would I name the YouTube channel and all other socials the name of the series or a studio name kind of thing? I am asking myself the same question for my series idea, which I just said I want to put out more content. And for my idea, the thing with two of my ideas are the film with the bear that I want to do is, it's not aimed at children, but it's child friendly because it doesn't have any dialogue and not a lot of complicated stuff happens in there. It's all just acting, a little bit of slapstick. And the series idea that I have is dialogue driven. It might get a little more gritty. It's still comedy, but it also has like a little bit of a darker stories sometimes, and also has some of my very liberal viewpoints in there, which could scare some people away. So I figured for my for those two projects, I'm gonna have separate channels and websites and social media and stuff because they're for different target groups. And if I would post for that one project that has like more gritty adult themes, if I would post a cute short film with a bear, people might unsubscribe because they're like, that's not what I subscribe for. And vice versa, the people who came there to the bear channel for some fun kid-friendly entertainment, they will probably be like, why is this about politics? So I keep those projects separated. But if you do a lot with the same style and the same tone, then it's probably better to have one studio channel. Like for growth, having one studio channel might be better if you have a lot of the similar style content, similar audience, because if the overlap is big enough that people who like that one series would also like the other series, then hey, you have a bigger audience altogether. Caffeine says, I think not having dialogues is better because anyone from any language and nation can easily watch it. Yeah, and it's there's some great stuff that you can do with animation without any spoken word. Animation is great for that. So yeah. Yeah, animators inspire. Don't mind Streamlabs. That's our chatbot. Our chatbot is a bit too strict. Sometimes I still need to tweak all of this. I'm new to streaming. Yeah, Max says, fun fact, the working title for Inglourious Bastards was Once Upon a Time in France. Quentin Tarantino later refurbished that title. Refurbished that title idea for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Yeah, that's how it can go. Sure, all your ideas have the potential to come back around at some point. Alright. Oh, I should really save this project. We haven't saved in a while. There we go. Let's check if the boss already sent me the color code for the trench coat. No, he didn't. Mohammed says, I don't have a Wacom tablet. Please, can you give me one for free? No, I'm afraid I also do not have a free Wacom tablet laying around. But, you know, we talked about it earlier. Just if you have to work with a mouse, vector illustration styles with Bezier handles, not a bad thing to do. Okay, so we have that. We have that blocking so far. I think just to drive this point home a little stronger, we're gonna copy these frames and we stretch him even further. We have like a, not an overshoot, but this will give it a nice ease. Kinda. Oh, that is too much. That is too much. Maybe the eye roll could not even be fully completed on this pose. All right, and now we need the breakdown between this one and this one. Let's make a frame break in here. And I think I want to just revert the beak to its closed shape. You know, like it's breaking through the beak. It's going like... Okay. Okay, maybe we can give the body a little bit more spin. Maybe this part of the body could already be almost at the end position, creating a little bit of an overlap, having the body almost reach the full resting position first. Animators Inspire asks, can you make an entire series with just one person? Very tough. I think if you do that, if you try to do that, making some kind of a project on your own, you need to really think about how to create it as efficiently as possible. Like, the concept of it should already be simple enough so that you can do it on your own. Like, you need to... Maybe it's a concept with only one character or two characters at most, so you don't have that much to animate. Maybe the style is very, very simple, so it's very quick to animate. So I think it is possible, but it needs to be part of the concept. Animators Inspire ask, where would you find music? You need to look for music that is licensed under the Creative Commons license, and you need to really read through the license agreement if you can use it to make money, for example, if you monetize it, and what sort of attribution it requires. And then you need to stick to that. If it says, like, you know, mention who made the music in the credits, then you absolutely have to do that. But you can use their music for free, and, you know, that's a huge thing. Yeah, just Google for Creative Commons licensed music and you will find a lot of sources. Personally, I went over to buying music, and I'm always looking for sales on royalty-free music. There's a sale right now on Humble Bundle. HumbleBundle.com is currently selling some music tracks for your use in projects. And sure, it costs like $20 or so if you get them all, but you don't need to worry about anything happening, like you getting sued or copyright strikes. You might get copyright strikes, but then you can say, like, hey, I bought this music. Muhammad asks, how can I draw with mouse and what kind of application I should be doing? As I said earlier, you should look into vector illustration, and you can make vector shapes with OpenToonz. OpenToonz is a free vector animation software. Okay, I wanted to copy the resting pose of the beak. Already on this one. We will actually jump into OpenToonz in just a bit. Okay. I think our blocking is starting to look quite good. Maybe this is a bit too much. Oh, animators inspire. If you have Toon Boom, then certainly stick with Toon Boom. And if you can afford it, depending on, you know, which edition of Toon Boom you use, it can cost a lot of money. But yeah, if you're happy with Toon Boom, stick with Toon Boom. Alrighty. I think we're good now. Blocking looks good. Let's do some timing. And to do the timing, I'm gonna switch those keyframes to stepped keyframes. There we go, right click, stepped keyframes. And let's do some timing. Once again, we always want this to be on uneven numbers, so when we switch it to be on 2s, let's talk about the software stuff in a bit. I want to get the timing first. $13, $17, $121. Now let's hold this one. And maybe at 131. Oh no, we did not bake the frames. We didn't. We should have gone through all the frames and froze them before putting them on stepped. Because apparently some were still interpolated, so probably in the body. Yeah, you see those holes here, down here at the keyframes? We need to close them. Yeah. All right, make sure that everything is baked in. Yeah, you see now we have keyframes on every single thing. And if we now step those keyframes. Step. Now we should be able to spread them in the timeline and still have everything look the way we need it to look. $17. $121, and now is the frame that I wanted to hold for a bit. So maybe here at 129, we go to the okay, let's see if the timing is right. Huh, that's nice. A bit too fast in the end. 33. 145, 139. All right. Let's see how long we can hold the sigh. I almost like it exactly like this. Like with no interpolation. I think this is... Do you see how if you do good blocking, that is already quite nice. Okay, just for fun, let's switch on the interpolation and see what happens. Yeah, looks crappy. Because we didn't define the end of... It's like a plateau here for the beak. Maybe let's get rid of the... Like, you know, the beak stops first and then opens further. Let's get rid... See that here? The beak stops here. It gets caught in the middle. So let's delete a keyframe that is holding it. Big. Yes. Maybe offset it a little bit so the beak opens up all the way much later. Or much earlier. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, what else were we talking about in the chat? Animators inspire us. Did you switch because Moho has better rigging tools? Well, for me, personally, I choose software depending on the requirements of a project and sometimes depending on the requirements of a shot. I sometimes would switch software. Let's take this project, for example. In this project, we actually switch between Toon Boom and Moho. I built this rig right now in Moho because the sort of rigging that I wanted to do, the 360-degree turn stuff, and fixing shapes with smartbone action, is a lot easier in Moho than it is in Harmony. Maybe it's easier by now, I don't know. I haven't worked in Harmony with rigs for a couple of years, so maybe they changed that. But, you know, it's not like one thing wouldn't be doable in the other software, but I felt like I would be quicker with this rig in Moho. So we kind of split it. Like a lot of the talking head and not so actiony animation will be done in Moho because it can be done with the rig. And if we have something like a fight scene where he like grabs another character or something, or you know, there's a lot of difficult to animate stuff that would be difficult to do with rigs, we're gonna switch to Harmony and do frame by frame animation in Harmony. Because all the other animators are also working in Harmony. So personally, I like having all those different options open, and I like to learn new software and see what it does best, and then plan my projects accordingly. If I have a project that requires a lot of the one thing, I would switch for that project to make it completely in another software. And for the next project, I would switch to another software. For example, if I would do like a project with the 3D backgrounds and stuff, I would really look into Blender right now, because I heard that the 2D animation tools in Blender are now pretty decent. And it's so easy to sandwich your 2D layers between the 3D backgrounds. So I would, if I had a project like this, I would switch to Blender. Yeah, Muhammad, OpenToons is free if you're looking for 2D. And yeah, Animators Inspire is also right. You can import 3D assets into Harmony. Harmony is also mostly for 2D animation. But yeah, you can put in backgrounds there. I haven't really looked into that either. One thing that always scares me away from Harmony a little bit is when they like have stuff like for the first time in Harmony, it's a bit buggy, and I'm kind of scared about their 3D functions. I don't know. But I don't know. I don't want to talk trash about any software. Every software has their quirks, and you know, just during this live stream, we found a couple for Moho, a couple of things that we don't like. But you know, that's the thing. That's the deal. Okay, let's do some more offsetting. I want the eyes to be finished earlier, so let's look at the eyes. Give me the eyes. We're gonna put them a couple frames earlier. There we go. Maybe this animation is too big, but you know, the cool thing about rigs is that we could just tune it down if the director says he wants it a bit smaller. Okay. Right, let's put it on 2s and see what happens. Is everything else already timed correctly? looks like it. 45, 43, 41, 37, 33. Alright, so this should all work on 2s. Interval, put it on 2s. Nice. What is going on here? You know what we do? While the eyes are closed, we're gonna put down the eyebrows. And offset the eyebrows. Why not? Let them finish a bit later. Love it. Okay. Mohammed keeps wondering how to get a Wacom tablet for free. Yeah, I mean, keep an eye open on flea markets and like, you know, maybe find used tablets somewhere, but free, that's gonna be difficult. I mean, they do like to break, and some tablets that broke might be fixable, so maybe there's somebody giving away a broken tablet or something on eBay for free. And you can see if you can fix it, but those things do cost money, unfortunately. Animators Inspire. I've got 4 characters to rig in harmony, and I need the design to design the turnaround. You think I should do a one-way rig of the 3/4 front or 360-degree rig? It depends on the complexity. Personally, I'm a huge fan of 360-degree rigs. Because you can do a lot more subtler stuff with it, or let's say it is more work, but it is more impressive and gives you more impressive animations easier. I think it would also depend on the style. Like if the style is kinda simplified, then I will always try to make a 360-degree rig. If it's a character with a lot of details, like an anime style or so, I would probably have separate rigs for different views. Or if you're working with textures or something like that. Certainly, both is certainly possible. Right. That looks quite nice. Now let's go on the search for the next pose. Hi, Short Film Productions. We are working right now in Moho, doing a little rig. And it's a 360-degree rig. Pretty cool, the things that you can do in Moho relatively quickly. Oh, I didn't bake the frame again. Oh, damn it. So, F... How do we do this the smart way? Copy this. Drag those frames over, and now this should be laying on. Oh yeah, we just have the eyebrows moving. Animators inspire. I'm bad at drawing turnarounds. I mean, what can really help is to really construct it. Like, I know sometimes it's annoying, and it's a lot more fun to draw out of your... how you feel it has to be drawn. But... yeah, for turnarounds, it can be really helpful to really see, like, okay, you know, from this view, this is more of a square with a cylinder on top of it, and from this view, the cylinder shifts like this, and maybe there's a ball that shifts, you know, if you really have a construction underneath, that tends to make things a little easier. And, you know, make grid lines in your model sheet, measure everything, make sure the nose is on the same height, the chin is on the same height, the ear, where the ear starts, where the ear ends. That can already take a lot of the pain out of it. If you turn it into more like of a mathematical thing, then I think turnarounds are a little bit easier. But yeah, they are tricky. They're totally tricky. Madhu is, I'm here after completing my donut. A figurative donut or a 3D donut? Like a literal donut, the one with the glaze on top of it. Oh, I could go for a good donut now. Yeah, no, making food in 3D, that's so mean. And you know, when you get it, that it looks very yummy, that's mean. Then you really want to eat something. But yeah, that's a good tutorial to start. Blender Guru, really cool. Alrighty, where were we here? Somebody asked earlier what the story is with our detective, and he's just your typical film noir detective. And right now he doesn't have a... Oh no, I think he does have a concrete job. He has to go to the place where the job is. And he doesn't have time to answer the phone. Kinda. And this is the moment where the player, with like a multiple choice, timed multiple choice question, has to decide if they want to answer the phone. And this is the animation that plays while the user is having time to decide if they want to answer the phone. But he doesn't really want to answer the phone. He's like, it could be more trouble than it's worth. Alright. I sometimes feel like the restream chat is not showing me all the comments that you guys are writing. You need to keep an eye on that. Alright, let's select none. Make these frames. And copy those frames. Maybe let's end on the frame where he's a little more leaned over. Maybe that's a bit too much motion in the head. Animators inspire suggest save up for Wacom Cintiq or just get a cheap drawing tablet to start off. Yeah, you should definitely, like, there are now tablets for $50. I know for beginners that is a lot of money, but $40-50 for cheap drawing tablet, that's already making such a big difference. Yeah, let's mellow out the head turn. Let's have it just a little bit. I feel like subtle animations are sometimes easier to do with rigs than they are to do with frame by frame. Like if you actually draw it, yeah, that is nice. This feels more like his head is just shifting a little bit because he's having contact with his head, and not like he's willingly moving his head. I think that's good. Thank you, Rohan Gaming. Okay, let's go back to the first frame. Let's copy all the frames. This way we have our loop completed. Hi Zach Maestro. Maestro, what do you mean? Okay, let's design the breakdowns and see how he actually gets from one to another. And I think here I'm actually going to use the generated in between. Zach Maestro says, is that Perry the Platypus? No, it's a penguin, but yeah, I see the resemblance. Madhu says, I started Blender because I was stuck at that point in 2D animation, that I wasn't be able to make anything else than 3-second animated videos. Yeah, you know, sometimes if you get stuck, it's good to try something else. Okay, now let's do some timing. Once again, we need to pay attention to the frames. I think I would like this to be a little bit slower. I'll actually put it here in the middle. So we should have... it should be even longer, I think. .81. Yeah. Okay. Now let's try a little bit of an irregular timing. Maybe stroking up is quicker than stroking down. See if that makes sense. I have a bit of an irregular pattern. Let's see how that plays out. I think we need to hold it before he... Yeah. Maybe we can try a little body turn thing. Have his body turn inward a bit. Where's that bone? This one. You know, and that's what I'm saying. We now get a body turn for free. Because we've already rigged a 360-degree rig. We don't even have to switch anything. Thank you, Animators Inspire. I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I was actually really afraid when I started that I would lose subscriber when I start live streaming. And I think I actually do. I think I lose like 3 or 4 subscribers with every live stream. Because, you know, there's some people who expect the kind of pre-written, well-researched videos from me. And they don't want to sit through a 2-hour stream or 3-hour stream. But you know, I think there's room for both. I think if we do a live stream every week, but we still will have some of the tutorials that as I said, I'm working on stuff. I'm working on more scripted videos, but actually, you know, we kind of talked about this with the putting out your series, just putting out content. And, you know, in a way, this is true for Animator Island. I have great tutorials that I recorded stuff for that I started working on, but I haven't put them out yet because they're not done. So the channel went dark for a couple of months because I didn't have anything to put on it. So I think live streaming will definitely help with that. And it's a lot of fun to hang out with you guys who are interested in the live stream. So and you know, it's not like live streaming is such a weird, unusual thing nowadays. Don't like how the turn back works. Maybe if we just add 2 frames to everything. A bit slower. There's no real pause right now anymore. Maybe that is what we're missing now. I think I like the pause, even if it's just a little bit. ABC Motion says Moho hasn't a lot of tutorials in the internet. Why? Yeah, I don't really know. I mean, there are some if you look for the old name. It used to be Anime Studio Pro. You'll find a couple old tutorials. Some of them still apply. There's this one amazing dude, McCoy Buck. He has a YouTube channel and he has some tutorials on Udemy. They cost like 10 euros, you know, on Udemy everything is constantly on sale. But, excuse me, it's really worth it. I have learned Moho with his tutorials, and yeah, spending that money is really worth it because he presents everything in a very condensed and easy to understand way. But yeah, there's not a lot of like also like a super beginner course. There are some cool videos from Moho themselves that are worth a look. Soda Pop asked, do you use a Wacom display or tablet? I have the big Wacom 24-inch Cintiq. Wacom 24-inch Cintiq here on my desk, which is pretty cool, but you know, also it's a lot of money. I don't think, you know, there are cheaper options now. Back when I bought it, it was really one of the only options. But now you have big displays from XP Pen and Huion. Really, yeah, I can really recommend checking those competitors out. Okay, let's close the eyes for a turn. Here we go. And let's open them again. Personally, I do like to keep eyes shut for at least 2 frames. So let's do that. Mohammed, why are you writing a dot in the chat? Please don't do that. All right. Let's select the eyes to open here a little bit later. Yeah, that's nice. And let's give the eyes a moment to switch over. Because, you know, eyes do move really fast. Just from one frame to another. All right. ABC Motion asks, can I show you my work in Moho? I do offer mentoring, but that is paid. There's paid mentoring if you want to talk to me and show me a shot. We can talk about it. And oh, I hear some alerts, but I don't see what happened. Oh, my alert's not running for whatever reason. Let me check that out. What's going on? Recent events. Here can I see what happened? Somebody subscribe. Our Stolen Age has subscribed. Thank you very much. All right. So to finish my point, I offer mentoring. I even have a screen for that. On animatorisland.com/mentoring, you can book a mentoring session with me, and we can look over your animation and maybe your demo reel, and I can give you some feedback. The overlay, not trigger. Yeah, here it is. animatorisland.com/mentoring. And we can look at an animation of yours. We can think about what exercises you could do to improve your skills. I could give you, if I know the software, some tips and tricks about the software. And yeah, that's one option to get feedback from me. Occasionally, we will probably also have live streams where I'll be critiquing animation. Usually, they are about the 11-second club, or there's a Anim Challenge Facebook group where I sometimes have a look at the animation that people submitted there. It's great fun doing animation over at the 11-second club, and at the Anim Challenge, they have a new topic every month. And yeah, we haven't done that in a while, but I do want to do it again. I'm thinking about doing it for the 11-second club for this month, for February. So yeah, not an official announcement. I'll see what I can do time-wise. Soda Pop says, I was considering getting one of these Japanese hole punchers for traditional animation. Or a Wacom Cintiq. They both are about 200 bucks. Used on eBay. Which you think would be best? Well, in my career, I went for the drawing display. But if traditional animation is really close to your heart and you do a lot of it, then the hole puncher is probably a good deal too. I'd say it just depends on how much traditional animation you already do and how much it would help you. And if you even have like a setup to scan or photograph your drawings, yeah. I think software can even like align it when you have like the holes in it. Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough question. Like, personally, I would try. I feel like 200 bucks is already a lot for a hole puncher. Like, before I don't absolutely know that I want to go this route, I would probably like build something myself with a regular hole puncher. You know, I think as long as you have a way to like, to have a nib that goes like completely, fills the hole completely, you can also work with a normal hole puncher somehow. But yeah, if you're all about traditional animation, then the hole puncher would be a good investment too. I don't know. Tricky one. ABC Motion, which version of Moho you use? Well, I hope the most recent one. I think it's Moho 13. And I can already tell that it crashes less than Moho 12. All right, for this, blink, let's also do the eye motion, the eyebrows. Oh, they have no keyframes on them at all, so let's give them keyframes. Here, keyframe. And you get a keyframe. And you get a keyframe. Let's close it. There. And now we can probably just copy it. Yeah. Even slower. Anaya Sanford asked, wait, is this 2D? Yes, this is a 2D. A 2D rig. And yeah, you can do very cool things with rigging. For example, in Moho. But all this is, even in the 3D part, is shifting layers around and morphing shapes. But yeah, this is indeed only 2D, only shifting around layers and vector points. Mohammed, I'm from Germany. March M, finally someone who uses Anime Studio Moho. Yeah, I like to use it for quick rigs if I don't have a lot of time. I feel like it's one of the fastest ways to rig. Only maybe beaten by a Spine, which is a animation software for games. So unfortunately Spine is not right for all purposes, but Okay. Let's go back to the main timeline. There's something up with the beak. Why is it so long here? Did I change the length of the beak? Did I make this beak shorter? Yeah, Mark M. Rigs are cool like that. You technically only have to draw the character once, and then you can animate them anywhere, anytime, without drawing every frame. Yeah. And that was the reason why we're using rigs here, because we hopefully can make a lot of animation for like talking head scenes. I don't understand why his beak is overshooting so much. Let's make it a little... Make it a little shorter. Yeah, I think this is better. I just have to copy that everywhere I want it to be shorter. I could have just deleted it. Deleted the keyframes. And you know, maybe that's what I'll do now. Because I don't have the length animated anywhere else. Animators Inspired is looking forward for the... can't wait for the next Harmony release. The next Harmony release will probably be widely focused on advanced rigs. That is cool. Yeah, there are some functions that I'm really... that I'm really looking forward to in Harmony. And I feel like some things, like, you know, trying to something like Smart Bones or like a rig controller can be really tricky. Oh my god, what is going on Facebook? Zach, what am I supposed to read out? I only see comments that don't make much sense. And I'm not gonna shout out people that I don't know, I'm sorry. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad that you're watching. What do you want to tell me? Okay, there is something happening with the eyelids. The eyelids are losing their position. At least that's what I thought they did. No, it seems to work. Yeah, Zach, Perry the Platypus is cool. I don't know what to say. Something's up with the eyelids here. They lose... They get smaller. I wonder why. Let's check that out. Upper eyelid. Upper eyelid. Oh yeah, They didn't move with any frames. That is annoying. So we moved the... Animators Inspire has to go now. Yeah, I still wanted to do a whole other animation, so I might be here. Alright, see you later. Okay, I think if we check those boxes here, we should always see the... Yeah, we should always see the layer here, the lids. No, upper lid. Why are they moving? Why are the lids moving? I don't understand. So, you and me, eyelids. Okay, the one side is clearly moving. Oh boy. Left eyelid. Now I want to copy the keyframes. Ah, there we go. Okay, I guess I have to select all the points. There we go. Put them in here. And now we have our motion. Okay. So the eyelid should move once the pupil reaches the top. It should start. And 113 and go till they are on the other side. Yeah, this is nice. Okay, good. And then we need to go back when he blinks. Why not while the eyes are closed? From here back to this one. I might have to select all the points again. But I think it worked. No, it did work. Okay. I think this is close to what we want. Yeah, this is long enough. This is long enough as a kind of loop. You know what I don't like? I don't like how it's immediately shifting back. Now, let's see. I think what I want to do is hold this pose a little longer and shift everything a little further away. It's like all right. Maybe offset the beak to already be closed. Beak, 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 beak. Animators Inspires back. What game you gonna get? Inner World? There are two games actually. I did animation lead for both. There's the Inner World, just the Inner World is the first one. And the Inner World Journey of the Last Wind Monk, I think is the English title. That's the sequel. So you should start with the Inner World, just the Inner World first. I think it's a bit earlier. The one from August 2020 should be the sequel. They do a recap and stuff in the second one, but obviously it makes more sense to watch the first one, to play the first one. MS Salmon is gonna be a while. This year we're doing a prototype, but I don't know. Maybe the prototype will already be publicly available. But yeah, it might be a while. Okay, I need to do a little bit of a follow through. Okay. Now if we make sure that everything is on twos, I think we're pretty much done for now. Interval not on ones, but on twos. Same for these. Not on ones, but on twos. It seems like it already did it though. Okay. I think that's how we leave it for now, so the director can take a look at it and see if he wants anything changed. Okay. All right, I think we did good. And we can leave it like this for now. I'm gonna take a break because I think we haven't done a break since we started. And I'm gonna be back in 10 to 15 minutes and we're gonna do something else. We're gonna do a little animation in OpenToons. Actually, it doesn't have to be in OpenToons. I don't know, is there anyone in the chat who would like to see how something is done in OpenToons? And we could do it there directly. But yeah, I'm not sure. Either I do it in OpenToons or in Harmony because it's just something for Animator Island. I want to animate something for a tutorial, a little demonstration. Animators Inspire says save. Yeah, I should not forget to save. Did that. All right. Okay, I'm gonna be back in 10-15 minutes. And see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be back in a little bit. Okay, and we're back. Yeah, so I forgot that we are not quite 100% finished with this one, because we still need to change the line width. We do that, of course, in the setup frame, and yeah, I mean, all those things that weren't right, that weren't right with the file that we did before are also, of course, not completely correct here. We need to go through the styles. Trench coat, you gonna be oh wait, why? Oh, trench coat has a different didn't we set everything to 5 earlier? So what's up with that? The beak. Or did we already do it in this file? That is strange. Why is this a different... a different width? I don't understand. But oh well. And let's set it to 2 in this frame, in this file. Going on the body file. Hi, Animators Inspire. Okay, so body. Oh, there's no body bright. Where did that go? We definitely still have the layer here. Show you more of the interface so what I'm babbling actually makes sense. The body inner fill. So there we go. Body, then body, right. And what about the eyes? Eye, also set to 2. Here we go. Oh, the hat. Hat. Hey Joanna, animating while watching this. Yeah, that's that's a classy way to watch an animation stream while working at the same time. I do that a lot when I'm just in betweening or coloring. It's so nice to have somebody working beside you, quote unquote. Ah, yeah, this looks nice. This looks a lot better with the thinner lines. I like it. Oh, is there something up with the inner beak poking out? Or is that only when it is doing the preview? No, seems to be okay. Okay. Alrighty. Oh, the eye lids actually have a different color than they are supposed to. I think we had that problem. We fixed it in the main rig, but by that time we had already separated the files. Gimme there. This will of course be body. Right, didn't we just create that one? Oh, come on. Why is this more complicated than it should be? Body inner fill. Give me color. New style. Body bright. And now we should be able to choose that for the upper lid on the right side. There we go. And there we go. What? This didn't work? Why did this not work? Sometimes I don't quite get the mask settings. To mask, subtract from mask. Why would it not do that? I don't understand why subtract from mask doesn't work. Where's the dark color coming from? I mean, the eye has body dark? No, something is not right here. Then IR. Why are you dark? Is there something on the way we set the mask up? Let's work with a reveal mask. I seem to get too tired to figure this out, this easy masking thing. Oh, it's still set to body dark. Didn't we already change that? Body bright? Seemingly changed. Upper lid. Body bright. Seemingly changed. And... finally. This looks better. I mean... the weird preview quality aside. Okay. I'll leave it with that for now. We're gonna mess around with stuff later. I think what might have changed the width sides was when you switched the solution of the scene. Might have switched it. Still messing around. I should move on. We have exclude strokes on. See how that looks. Ah, this is what I was looking for. I wanted to have the outline back. No, we need to do it for the other eye too. Settings. No. Masking. Exclude strokes. Yeah, I think that is nicer. Okay. All right, saved. Let's get to the next thing. Excuse me. And I am going to stay in OpenTunes, I think. I don't know. Maybe Harmony would be quicker. So... Now, the thing that I want to animate in Harmony is an example animation for one of my tutorials that will be coming out soon. In it, I contrast how big characters and small characters move. And one thing that I wanted to show is that the distance, how far away you are from from something, or like the scale on which something is happening changes the speed. If you're very far away from something, it tends to look really slow. For example, if you see an airplane in the sky, the airplane is like really slow, although it's moving super fast. It's just, you know, you're so far away that you see it going really slow. And if you see something on a miniature scale, like, you know, an ant hopping down from somewhere might just get down from up there in like 1 or 2 frames. So the duration of a fall can really tell you something about the scale. And I wanted to make a little example for that by having something big fall and by having something small fall side by side. Or, you know, in different scales, but side by side. So I figured, I'm not sure what we're gonna animate. Like, my first idea was a toy car and a real car, like a car being thrown somewhere, like in a junkyard, and you see like the car falling like down, and if you drop a toy car, it like reaches the ground almost immediately and bounces off it. But, you know, I'm not that much into cars, so I was thinking like, maybe characters. I like character animation, and, you know, it could be an elephant jumping from an obstacle, and like an ant, a small bug jumping from an obstacle, and they should fall at very different speeds. Yeah, so I think, I don't know. I think I would like to animate characters rather than just a toy car or something. Or it could be a UFO, like a big spaceship, you know, and if a spaceship lands, it's more like... And if you have a toy spaceship and you throw it to the ground, it just goes like it's at the ground immediately. So I don't know. Car, spaceship, or elephant and bug. Maybe we just need to get started and see what works best. So I'm gonna create a new scene in Harmony. Just gonna leave the screen hidden for a little while because I have some clients that I don't, that I'm not allowed that you see that I'm working for it. So for them, so I don't want you to see my file system right now. So I am just finding a place to save this project. Animator Island. Gonna save it. Gonna save my files somewhere. Oh god, I started this tutorial in 2019 and now it's 2021. I should have been much faster with it. Example animation. I'm gonna put the scale fall. We're gonna put that here. All right, scale fall. Now we're creating a new scene in Harmony. I'm not up to date with Harmony. I don't exactly know what version this is. We can look it up in a second. But yeah, I bought it at some point for like a fixed price. And I kind of regret it because they now have like cloud subscriptions and that kind of makes sense. But then, you know, the price for advanced is really steep. I think the highest version of Harmony costs like 100-something euros every month. There was a bit more than I wanted to invest. So maybe let's do the spaceship real quick. And I feel like the toy spaceship could be like a really stereotypical one. Like, let's make the line a bit thinner. Like a UFO kind of thing. One thing I love about Harmony is that that stroke remover. So you can do something like this, and then you can just cross out the lines that you don't want to have. I don't understand why so few vector softwares have this, because it's so helpful. It's so useful to just use the the cutter and be like, you go away, suck. It's so fancy, so helpful. Okay, let's go for something that looks kind of stupid. I mean, it's supposed to look like a toy. Maybe a toy also, you know, they have this like plastic seams in the middle. And yeah, this is our toy spaceship, and then let's do something that looks a bit more real for the real spaceship, quote unquote, on a new layer. And it could be something that has like more of a square kind of geometric shape. And like it has joints, and you know, it's not like a stereotypical kind of thing. It actually has some complicated structure to it. Maybe there's like a big gate here, but you know, it's really small. It's the size of a garage door down here, just to have a little bit of perspective. Maybe something like this. This is like putting some weird amount of detail onto this thing. I love how it already feels so much more real than the other one. Go a bit closer. We could already put a color card behind it. Of course, this is not very well constructed. It looks a little bit like a shoe. I like our shoe spaceship. And of course it can have blasters, some big cannon things here. I like that it's just a shoe basically. Maybe we add some wings to our shoe. Hey, Animators Inspire, we're just doing a little shoe spaceship thing. Didn't miss much. It's still looking more like a shoe. I think we need to start over. Let's put this one aside. And, you know what, we're doing an actual construction here. Of something that is hopefully a lot less shoey, because we're gonna plan with wings. Right from the beginning. And maybe have it set for landing. Like this. And we have like, this is the window, so we get some kind of perspective on it. Maybe a row of windows here, so we have a feeling that this is really big and massive. And, you know, different than our other spaceship. Okay, I think this is enough of a scribble. Just do a really quick cleanup. Okay. Yes, this is not the most carefully constructed thing ever, but it works. It will work for our little example. Of having a toy spaceship and a real spaceship side by side. And then we see how they move differently. Okay, we might add flames to it later. And so we're gonna need my favorite tool again to get rid of all these protruding lines. I just love this function. So useful. Okay. Now let's stuff those into pegs. Toy spaceship. Saving. And real spaceship. And of course you get your pegs. Let's change the origin of the peg. And change that. And for the spaceship, I think we actually need 2 pegs. For the toy spaceship, I want it to rotate around this one. And I want a second peg. And this peg has the rotation point here. So our spaceship can crash to the ground on this leg, flip over, then we're going to use the other peg to make it come up here, and we have a nice little left and right wobble that I think will be quite nice. And let's make the whole thing a little bit smaller. Smaller, smaller, smaller. There we go. No. Okay. Okay. Maybe let them all be a bit lower. Hello, Gabriel. How are you doing? We're landing some spaceships over here. Just see how scales work differently on differently sized objects. Okay, so this would be like the final frame. Gabriel, I don't know what you're talking about, unfortunately. Okay, here we have the other keyframe. Clip Studio 3D, Modeler, Toei Xsheet and OpenToons makes CSP, Clip Studio Paint, I guess, by far my favorite software. Oh yeah, okay, so Soda Pop is sharing that Clip Studio Paint, by far favorite software. Not to say that it wasn't my favorite on its own right for drawing. Ah, interesting. Yeah, I've done a couple things in Clip Studio Paint. I do like how some of the brushes feel and stuff. I haven't used it for animation yet. So how do we animate this? I think we need to animate it backwards. Right. I think now we have the important frames of our animation of the spaceship coming down. Darren T says OpenToons rocks. Yeah, I mean OpenToons is really cool for a free software. It's actually very much on the level of professional software. It has been used in studios, it's based on professional studio software. So that's not really a surprise. Okay, let's separate those things on the timeline, put them somewhere. This is far too slow. Yeah, this feels more like a toy coming down. Alright, let's put in some easing where necessary. Some easing here. Okay, this is a bit too quick. Usually 60 is enough. Ubuntu Inside has the new version with massive bug fixes releasing soon too, says SodaPop. Okay, that sounds promising. Yeah, nodes are really great for compositing. I always miss it when a software doesn't have nodes. Yeah, this really now does feel like a toy, right? That is good. It's too much stuff. Maybe just 50. Okay. I think the toy spaceship is as good as it needs to be for the example. Just use my favorite tool one more time, the cutter. And slash through that line and through that line. And again, let's go backwards for this one. Oh no, what am I doing here? Okay, once again. Okay, this is going straight down. That's fine. Timing needs to be far slower. Yeah, Soda Pop, Moho 13 has some really nice new functions. I also like that they worked more on the more frame by frame options and stuff like that. Really need to check out what they have for that. And maybe have a... slow down here. Yeah, we're back in Harmony right now. Just because this is software that I am most familiar with the shortcuts, and this is just for a real quick example for a tutorial that's coming out soon on Animator Island. So I figured I just use this real quick. But certainly this could be animated in like any animation software. Let's just slow it down a bit. A little bit of a plateau. Yeah. I hope the point comes across, you know, that a real spaceship of that size would be really slow and that a toy spaceship moves a lot faster. It's still too slow, too fast in times. Yeah, I'm known for switching software all the time. As I said, I like finding the right software for the right kind of job. Okay. I think we got that one covered, at least for a little example. That should be enough. I have one more thing that I wanted to animate. Was a fairy zipping around from left to right. Now that one we might actually do, we should do in OpenToons, because I might do a tutorial about it. Oh, you know what? I think unfortunately it's enough for today. I'm kind of getting super tired. But I still had a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, discussing software and stuff. I'm sorry I was a bit passive the last half hour, but I was reading everything, really interesting. And Soda Pop, I'll definitely have an eye on what is happening there with OpenToons. And it fuses with Clip Studio EX, okay. Really interesting. Cool stuff. But, I mean, this is not gonna be the last live stream. We're gonna have a lot more opportunities to chat about things. Yeah, let's do that again soon. And at the beginning of March, I actually want to do an animation critique round. Let's see what the people over at the 11 Second Club are animating and learn from that. And give some feedback and watch some nice animations. And yeah, I'd be happy if you enjoy Animator Island. Please recommend us and share our videos with people that might find them helpful. And yeah, if you want to support us, we have merch over at animatorisland.com. We have more tutorials. And we have a tip jar now. So, yeah, thank you guys so much. Just chatting with you, hanging out together means so much to me. And yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Keep on animating, keep doing your projects. And looking forward to the next live stream. Bye bye.